Laundry day. Pretty sick here. Trying to wash cycle 3 kilograms up until for 120 minutes for 500 yen. So $4, 3 something bucks. And then if you want to do separate wash and dry, you can wash a lot more weight, but then it's gonna take a while to dry. But it's definitely look a little bit nicer than the ones at what's her name? Appa. About to head out. I will say one thing unfortunate about this hotel is they didn't give us like they gave us everything but the toothbrush and toothpaste stuff, which every other hotel has given us. But I ended up buying Japanese floss and Japanese like a travel kit, like with the toothpaste, toothbrush, whatever, 400 yen. These flosses are crazy. They got like the freaking dentist hook, and this is extremely thick, man. Like, I don't know if you can focus, but this is like multiple threads. I have never had a more in-depth flossing experience in my life. Like, man, I floss, sorry to my dentist, but I floss pretty much every day. I might forget some days, but this was a little bit rough getting used to. But definitely feel clean. Feel like you just came back from your biannual checkup. But now we're heading to Osaka Castle. Hopefully get something to eat on the way or eat there. And maybe see Al-Muhaqqiq Conan. We got a duck building over here. It looks pretty sick actually. And then we got, I don't know, I guess they're practicing for a festival, but actually looks pretty sick. I don't know if they're gonna rehearse again. I might have missed it. This is sick. I'm never gonna get over how weird the Diet Cokes here taste. It's gonna ruin my trip here, man. Most of the restaurants don't have Diet Coke. Convenience stores that do have doesn't taste the same, man. I don't think we can live here, man. Okay. Oh, okay. Guys, there's just no way. Oh my god. He's so freaking round, I can see him from here. Me and my boys out here. The only time we're filming. Well, this guy is part of the flag organization. But other than that, I feel safe. Alright, I got my most important photo op of Osaka. After the castle, bro, I'm set. I can go home. But I actually don't know. I guess we should hit museums today as well. I feel like we haven't been to any at all in Japan yet. After the castle, so if not the art museum, then maybe this. Actually, no Shinosha Art Museum. Maybe Science Museum. There's Cup Noodles Museum too, and there's a Starbucks right there, and we will be getting some Starbucks. Okay, so third Starbucks run in Japan. First was the Shibuya special, Tatsuya Shibuya one special. Second was same Starbucks but regular matcha latte. Now we got the watermelon summer special. Japan only, so it's a try. It's good, pretty sweet actually. I gotta go run another freaking kilometer today to bring this off. But it's really good. Definitely worth a shot if you're coming in the summer. What's good about Starbucks here is like, or any big chain, if you don't speak a little bit of Japanese, they always have English menus. You just pointing this does everything. But I mean, it's always nice to know a little bit of Japanese. It goes a long way. Luckily, no kakigori for me right now, man. I'm all frappuccinoed out. But you can just barely see the top of the castle, which is huge back there. That's actually crazy. Alright, it's not really that tall. It's just on like 8 more cliffs up, which means we have a lot of climbing to do. It's a little bit further. All my homies hate irregularly shaped stairs. Yeah, so this is all the line. So this is as far as we're going to Osaka Castle today, guys. It was a good run. Yeah, I love Japanese history and all, but not that much. So I guess we'll save Osaka Castle for another trip. I mean, unless we have a couple days in Osaka, so if we wake up early and like we're really in the mood, we could come again. I doubt it. I'd rather go get good food, check out the museums. Still gonna make a little day trip to Nara. So yeah, it was a nice walk up, I guess. Yeah, man. No shower climbing that, but we'll go back. We'll go back to the hotel. Hopefully our laundry finished like 10 minutes ago, so hopefully nobody else has to use the machine. I mean, if they do, they usually just put it in a bag and put it somewhere for you, so I'm not really worried. And then museum. I can't think about food right now because that frappuccino is kind of sitting nicely in me. But I don't know, he hasn't lost crepes. He hasn't saw me enjoying my dessert yesterday, and I'm mad jealous. So we'll find him a spot. So you gotta used to sweating a lot and feeling like garbage and walking outside in the summer here. There are a lot of devices, you know, they have like the rechargeable fans they sell for pretty affordable. They have like the reusable is like a kind of neck pack thing that you can freeze and it'll keep you cool for like an hour. They have a lot of things that help you cool down, but I decided to challenge myself. I feel like I've been so intolerant of the heat all my life that I'm gonna take this trip as an opportunity to force myself to get used to it. But you don't have to do that. But it's good to suffer a little bit, and it develops character, develops toughness. So if you're up to it, I'd say just try to tough out the heat, you know, when you're walking. Don't die of heat stroke. Don't do that. But other than that, know your limits. You know, they always say, oh, Kyoto's more humid than Tokyo. Oh, this is more humid than that. Man, listen, whatever city you're in Japan, any big city, you are near a large body of water. You will find a way to suffer regardless, don't worry. No tricks, no saving yourself from this heat. First time getting Kalpa soda here. It's a refreshing blend of sweet and tangy made with cultured milk. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like ayran or whatever. But only 130 yen. Kind of just like a fruity soda actually. Not bad at all. And 500 milliliters, 180 calories. So, you know, worth a walk. Little interesting quirks about Japan so far. One is rarely ever hear horns honking, which I guess is maybe they're very polite. I respect that. Another is whenever I take a photo for somebody, you know, from here, and use a Japanese phone, the shutter effect is always on no matter what, because of to try to prevent like unsolicited photos, like voyeurs. Is that thunder or a train?
That was thunder, Chief.
It's probably gonna rain a little bit, but yeah. So you can't mute phone sounds in Japan, which kind of could be annoying at times, 'cause sometimes the sound gets really obnoxious. But it's for the greater good here. But yeah, some interesting things to note so far. Also, definitely this weather is kind of, it can be Florida-ish at times, where like it'll just rain out of nowhere and then stop and you're kind of chilling. Not as nice as Florida though. Yeah, it was thunder, not the train, guys. It was definitely thunder. By the way, the sky right now. I did not come dressed for this. There we have Science Museum. Next to a bunch of art museums, but you know, those stuff are irrelevant to us right now. I'm tripped out, bro. Whoa! Good thing we're not going here. It's all astronomy themed, which I am in love with. Go. Jeez. What I'm really loving so far is there are a lot of interactive stuff already, which just makes things so much funner, more fun. All right, fellas, we're reverting to using late 2000s webcam filters to film this vlog. Welcome to my channel. It's a particle accelerator? Oh man, this is better than the Dallas Science Museum, I'll tell you that much. No way Oppenheimer is freaking real. There we go. MRI, this is more of my speed. By more my speed, I mean I just take people down to the machines and have zero understanding of how it works. Yeah, we're gonna centrifuge this. Whoa! We finally can't argue about the qibla after this one. This is all about shokohin no iro, all about like food coloring. I don't see a torvastat in here. It's pretty cool. So they use the Ansun, this one, to make this med. Of course, we got aspirin, and we can never forget the famotidine, man. This is pretty interesting. This is demonstrating the Burkista cone, I think, right? So the shortest path is not always the fastest path. So this is the shortest line, but a balance between distance and slope to gain speed is gonna win. So this is the Burkista cone. The middle one should win, right? I think it won. The bulk has been going very well, guys. It's pretty cool. You can actually see the mirror is supposed to reflect perfectly, but they don't. So the more you reflect back and back, the color of a mirror is actually green. If you were to see, eventually all the way down, it gets more green and green and green. Planetarium and the exhibits were both really fun. If you're a college or high school student, you show them your ID, even if it's American, they'll give you a discount. Even then, it was really cheap for regular adult tickets. But I definitely recommend you get both. So exhibitions, a lot. Most of it's like 4 floors. Very interactive, and a lot of them do have English. Some of them don't, but you can use a translator app if you really, really care. The planetarium one, like, it is all in Japanese. Obviously, the intro safety instructions have some English, but other than that, the entire show's in Japanese. Me, I have pretty elementary Japanese, but obviously I think that shows like any museum planetarium knows they're gonna have kids, so it was simple Japanese enough for me to understand a bulk of it, to know what was going on. And I'm sure you guys, I mean, you don't understand a lick of what they were saying, but you can kind of get the pictures make sense. It's so even if you don't know any Japanese, it's really cool. You should definitely go. And it was, again, very cheap. They just ask you what time you want the show, because I think it's like on every hour they do the show, and the show's about 45 minutes for like $5 pretty much. So definitely do it if you have a chance. That's next to the art museum. We're not really art guys, but you could always hit the art museum too. It is still amazing, the fact that you just have supermarkets just like in and connected to stations. Actually sweet. $5 for a tiny bag of grapes, but even less for all these really nice cuts of salmon. And unagi. Now we're talking, bro. Now we talk. Halal yakiniku 08. Very nice. A bunch of different courses, all you can eat, which I didn't expect to see too much all you can eat in Japan. So good to see they know the Muslim appetite when they know freaking Arabs are gonna come. There's just no way. It's really nice here, and they're able to fit us in without a reservation because we got it really early, but definitely consider getting a reservation if you are looking forward to coming here. So another thing, I know some people are uncomfortable, but this place does serve alcohol as well as, you know, has a lot of halal options. Some people prefer the halal spots not to have any alcohol, so something to consider before coming in. But they have different level options. We got the black because that has some wagyu included. They have standard 4,000 yen, black 6,000, and 8,000 for like the silver, which goes really hard. They give you a mobile QR code to order, and you just use it to scan. You just order more things. They have a lot of sides, soups, vegetables, obviously all the meats. Right now we have ourselves a starter set. They have all these spices here that you can kind of load up to dip with. Food cooks really well. This is crazy. You got the like dipping sauces there too. Really good. Honestly, just as good as that really, really expensive place. So here is sirloin cuts, wagyu brisket, and then wagyu flank. Really good. We're gonna finish cooking these first though. There's another halal karage. Cool. Alright. Good. I dropped it. Looks really good though. It goes without saying, but be careful around fires. I singed some of the hair off my hand right now, and it just kind of, when the fat melts, obviously it kind of flares up, but be careful. A little bit of a breather from the meat, and some pumpkin, and more cabbage on the way. These are thicker cuts. I'm kind of sick of the thin cuts. They're not as filling. I feel like they burn so easy. You guys want to put some for you? I know it's not good to fill the platter, but I'm hungry. Oh man. the last piece of lamb after like 4 painstaking huge amounts of meat, a couple sides, cabbage, stuff, vegetables. I think we're finally tapping out, but well worth the money. We didn't really order the regular beef from the standard course, so I can't say if the Wagyu is really that much better. But if you're willing to try, it's only 2,000 yen more. Honestly, for me personally, when it comes to foods like this, it's not a huge difference to me. So if you have to kind of save more money, you still get all you can eat meat. It's not that big a deal. It's no green tea ice cream, but always finish all you can eat off with some dessert. This time sherbet. Very good. So Osaka City Air Terminal near Dotonbori has on the 5th floor at least 3 halal spots right next to each other, right? So it's what we just went to, Halal Zero Hachi, then the Asian Diner 585, it's right next to it, and then right next to it another Indian spot, which is all halal, so really good. Personally, depending where you live, like, I can get Indian halal. If you're here in Japan, go for the halal Japanese food. That's my recommendation. There's tons of spots. There's also tons of halal spots that are not Japanese food, and they're really good. But personally, when you're traveling, the goal is to try cuisine that you can't try back home in your country, which will change depending on where you're coming from. Alhamdulillah, where we are, we have like every Muslim culture food besides Japanese. So let's take the opportunity here. But really good. There's a musalla here as well. It's not Maghrib yet, so I don't know if we're gonna just loiter around until then. We'll probably just go out. I will say, when it comes to any yakiniku spot, not just this one. Honestly, I like this one the most just because it was all you can eat and it had really good cuts. Remember, a wise man, my uncle once told me, it is a waste of time to get chicken when you're doing any like barbecue, like Korean barbecue, yakiniku, whatever, man. It's a lot harder it takes longer to cook. It has to be cooked well done. It just ruins the vibe, and plus beef just tastes better. It just has a better flavor itself, and it goes better with the spices and sauce. So just get beef. We got lamb, but even then the beef was still better. That's my suggestion. Don't even bother with the seafood, just get beef. But alhamdulillah, really good. Would suggest it. Cat. Masjid Istiqlal. I'm first in Osaka. Mashallah, man, this room is beautiful. It's pretty spacious. There's another one, Masjid Osaka, which I don't know if it's even bigger than this, but this one's 5 floors. It's pretty sick. We got Riyadh al-Salihin, man. Yahood, Atlar, Masahif. They got a bunch of goofies. So, pretty nice. I like the space. And 5 levels. There's like a library and stuff. I'll see what the 4th and 5th floor has. The first floor is like a market, just like the Diyanat, which is really cool. MashaAllah. Masjid Istiqlal merch. This is sick. I mean, it's a little bit not as cool looking as Diyanat, but still really nice. It's even better than Diyanat when it comes to the merch. Oh man, they got thobes too. No way. What up, boys? We're here on another one of those overpass bridges. Spent a lot of time at the masjid, actually. We don't get to see too many Arabs often. Obviously, most of the Muslims here are Indonesian, Desi, and whatnot. So, I guess it was nice. We saw another Egyptian guy at the masjid, and we're able to talk a lot. Like, meeting the other brothers, Indonesian, and everyone, even the Japanese Muslim brothers here, have been really cool. There's always been a communication barrier. So what was good about meeting a Masri Arab brother here is that we're able to talk more freely, and I was able to get more information, right? Like, what is it like being a Muslim in Japan, right? Just really had a nice long conversation. We actually sat, before I knew it, bro, it was like Aisha then. Like, we just sat between Maghrib and Aisha the whole time. It was really fun, man. And that's just one of the things, like I said, whether it's at the masjid, man, whether it's at random cafes, when you're traveling, you gotta just pick up conversations with random people if you can. Which is why it's good to have multiple languages under your belt. It just opens up a world of opportunities to communicate, and man, with communication, you just learn so many new things, so many new perspectives. It's mashallah, amazing, alhamdulillah. So definitely would recommend hitting all kinds of masajid when you can. We didn't really need to hit Masjid Istiqlal, but it was nice. They had the food market, they had some merch. It's just good to meet other Muslim brothers here, and they're very happy to see Muslims from abroad visit. And even if you're not Muslim, man, the masajid here, some of them are really beautiful. I actually like Masjid Istiqlal a lot. Diyanat Center, like, they would love to have non-Muslims visit. So definitely take the chance if you can. There's a lot of beauty. So now, kind of torn. It's either we're going to the hotel or we're going to the shopping market, the really long shopping market. I'll master the name at some point. So we'll see how Yazan feels when we get to the market. We're kind of both beat. It is 10:30-ish. I'm in my pajama thobes. It's time to knock out, man. We're a little bit beat. We did a lot today, and it gets more exhausting when you do a lot of walking every day. Even though we're not walking and doing as much as we were the first week, it weighs a lot more on us. We haven't really had time to recharge, but inshallah tomorrow, weather permitting, Nara. I do want to pet some deers. I think they have good mochi there too, which I've not had enough of in Japan yet, actually. So that's gonna be the goal. But alhamdulillah, man, it's been a good couple days in Osaka so far. I got 2 more days, and back to Tokyo for the last run of the trip, man. Kind of crazy. It's less than a week left. I do not want to go back to school or work, but that's the way life is, man. Anyway, deuces.